Here we're going to do out a few problems with subtracting signed numbers. So first of all, let's look at 5 minus 2. Well, we know that 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. And let's look at that a little bit differently for a second. What if I had instead 5 plus a negative 2? Well, then we would have addition of two signed numbers with different signs. So we would keep the sign of the larger value, so we'd keep the positive with the 5. And then we'd take the difference of the two numbers, so we'd end up with a positive 3. So both of these give us a positive 3 answer, either 5 minus 2 or 5 plus a negative 2. So we can think of it as subtracting positiveness or making something less positive is the same as making it more negative. In other words, to subtract two numbers, really you can add the opposite of the number that was being subtracted. So let's go ahead and try another one. If we have 9 minus a minus 3, then we can change to add the opposite. So instead of subtracting negative 3, we're going to add a positive 3. And make sure that both of those changes happen. We don't want to just change the sign of the number. We have to change subtraction to addition. So now we have 9 plus 3. And that equals 12. And another one down here. Negative 10 minus 4. So we're going to add the opposite, which means change subtract to add, change positive 4 to negative 4. And that gives us negative 10 plus negative 4. And now we're adding two numbers with the same sign, so we keep the sign and combine the numbers, so we get negative 14. And the last one, negative 8 minus a negative 10. Again, we're going to change to add the opposite, and that gives us negative 8 plus 10. Now we are adding two signed numbers with different signs. So we keep the sign of the larger absolute value, so we're going to keep the plus. And then the difference of the two absolute values is 2. So negative 8 plus 10 is 2. So always keep in mind that when you subtract a number, you are adding its opposite.